Finding a willing carrier is only one component of a surrogacy journey. The actual work encompasses a vast sequence of events that occur before, during, and after the match. As intended parents read through a surrogate's medical history and personal background, those data points transform into a vision of their future family. A rushed introduction might feel productive at the start, but skipping the necessary vetting leads to unnecessary delays, escalating expenses, and profound disappointment later in the process. Protecting a family requires a specific order of operations. The logistical and legal structure must be established before any emotional investment is allowed to take place. Moving forward without rigorous prior vetting turns a parent's hope into a vulnerability. If a match fails due to avoidable issues, parents are forced to restart the process after already suffering a significant emotional and financial loss. Every secure journey follows a precise chronological path, beginning with an initial consultation to define the parameters of the process. The timeline then advances into a deep dive background phase, where the agency examines the surrogate's life and history in detail. We evaluate specific non-medical factors: her lifestyle, her support system, her insurance coverage, and her general background, to determine if the journey can realistically move forward. By identifying potential complications before an introduction occurs, the agency protects the parents from committing to a situation that is unlikely to succeed. This preliminary work includes a thorough review of the surrogate's prior pregnancy and delivery records to look for obvious concerns before they become problems. Collecting and reviewing these records allows the agency to identify risks early in the sequence. It is important to note a strict division of labor. The Egg Donor and Surrogacy Institute does not medically clear surrogates. We distinguish our role clearly. The agency performs the preliminary sorting, but the reproductive endocrinologist at the clinic holds the sole authority for medical clearance. Once the initial review is complete, the records are handed over to the clinic's medical team for their final expert approval. This rigorous sorting process ensures that parents only invest their time and hope in candidates who are highly likely to pass the clinic's stringent medical requirements. The financial side of surrogacy is equally complex, involving agency fees, surrogate compensation, legal costs, insurance, and medical expenses. To manage these variables, the journey moves through specialized phases for legal clearance and professional insurance review. All surrogate compensation and related funds are handled through an independent, third-party bonded escrow provider, keeping the agency separate from the financial accounts. This provides an essential layer of oversight, ensuring funds are handled with the necessary transparency and security. Sequencing these legal and financial steps correctly prevents the journey from becoming disorganized or financially risky. Without this central coordination, parents often find themselves managing the journey alone, juggling calls to clinics and attorneys while trying to navigate complex insurance records. EDSI's role is to organize the journey so that the clinic, the attorney, the escrow provider, and the insurance professionals are all synchronized and involved at the correct time. Once the foundation is secure, the process moves into the final stages: the embryo transfer, pregnancy coordination, and the final delivery plan. This level of orchestration is particularly critical for international parents, LGBTQIA+ families, and single parents, whose journeys often involve more complex legal and communication requirements. The goal of a professional agency is to provide absolute clarity, ensuring every step of a complex process is visible and understood by the parents. A reliable surrogacy partner acts as an architect, building the necessary safeguards to protect the journey before it